Let's start now, everyone. Um, so, what we learned yesterday and what topics we covered yesterday? Tell me now.
Variable and identifiers.
So, the Python variables we are covered, right?
Yes.
And in the Python variables, we are covered the variables and multiple variables. Means we can assign at the same time multiple variables actually. Now, today we are going to start with the variables and rules. Perfect question. Now, today we are going to start with the data types. Okay, I'm sharing my screen. Let me know now it is visible or not. So, everyone, open the Python application. Okay, open Python ideally. So, if you open that, it is good. Now, I'm sharing my screen. It is visible or not? I'm opening my Canva also. So, let's open the Canva as well. Okay. So you can see that the Python data types we are going to start now. What is a Python data types and how to use on the in the Python now? In our day-to-day life, we observe many things. We use numbers, we use strings, we use Boolean. Now, what is the meaning of Boolean now? Boolean is nothing but a true or false. Now, what is data type? Data type is nothing but the that particular column. It is what type? Either it's a number, either it is a text column, either it's a list or tuple or set or dictionary. Don't worry that everything we are going to learn, but as of now, you just note down what are the Python data types are there. One is a number, and the second is a string. Third is a boolean, and fourth is a list, tuple, set, dictionary. Now let's open the Python. Now I'll explain you that. Now, let's suppose I'm going to write. Okay, so x is equal to 20. Okay, so 20 is what value? Tell me. 20 is what integer or string or what? What is x? Tell me. Tell me fast. Hello.
Number, integer.
So x is an integer. You are sure about that? So x is an integer. So x value is an integer. Okay. But out suppose we write type and we write x and we just enter. What is this one now? We are getting the integer. The class which data type we are using now, that is integer. Now same way if I'm writing that y is equal to, so I can mention that y combinator. Okay, here you can use single or double, is fine actually, not an issue with that. And what is the type of for this type? What is the type for this one? Now tell me, what will come this one? Tell me, tell me fast, what will come? This one, what type will come? Either it is a number or text.
Not visible.
Is not visible, everyone?
It is visible.
Visible, right? Okay. So the combinator, the y combinator, it will come with the what type? Is a string value come or what value come? Tell me. Or integer or decimal, what will come?
String value.
Okay. If I type y, it will come automatically. It will come str. That means the type is nothing but the string. Okay. Now in the number also, we saw the numbers that numbers having the normal numbers like 1 2 3, and also sometimes you face decimal number like 12.45 or 13.89. What is this? Decimal numbers. And sometimes you face complex numbers. Okay. Now let's understand that one as well. Now the Python number, integer is there, float is there, complex is there. These are the main data type. Now how to identify it? Let's go ahead now. Suppose I am giving the one value. Suppose I mentioned that here data is equal to, suppose I mentioned that 13.56. Now this is a decimal, right? Yes, this is a decimal. But how to get to know? You can search it here. Type and you can search data and enter here. Automatically you can see the class is coming under the float, because the whatever the string values and integer values and float values, it will come under the float. Now you can see integer, the normal numbers, is a positive or negative, is whole number, no decimal. The float, there are decimal values, okay, like a 17.2 and 85.2. These are all numbers actually. Now what is a complex number now? Now let's understand that. So we find out that integer number, we find out that float number as well. You want to go for one more example? Let's go govern now. You can mention that decimal values, decimal numbers. So I'm mentioning that name, and decimal number I mentioned that 34.689. Okay, something I mentioned that, and that you want to consider which one is a type. So you can write type and you can write the same thing decimal number. Then you can see the close up and enter. Now what is the issue now? Why it is coming that? Tell me. Because you are not mentioned on the open bracket here. Correct no? So here type decimal number, you have not mentioned the open bracket. That is the reason that it is happen as a unmatched. Now you can say this time it will come automatically now. What is coming? Float only. Because it's a decimal value. Now suppose how the complex thing will work, let's understand that. Now how the complex numbers will work, you can see in the complex number, real part plus imaginary part. Okay, one is a real number will be there. Okay, a real number, and the plus imaginary part of number will be there. But what is the common element here? The common element will be a j. A called real number, B called imaginary number, but j is considered that square root of -1 in Python. Now, how to get to know that this is a complex number is there? If a number contains j, and that is, you can consider that it is a complex number in Python. Example. So what we'll do now? We'll start with the numbers is equal to. Now, what is that? Real number plus imaginary number, and you can mention j. Suppose real number is a 4, real number is a 4, and imaginary number will be a 5, and I'll put a j. Okay, and this will be considered for what? Complex number. Okay, now let's understand now. Write type, and you can mention numbers and close the bracket and enter. Automatically it is coming the complex. Now you may be doubt us, Dinesh, how to get to know this one is a complex number or not? For every complex number, j will be compulsory will be there. If at all number contains j, that is the meaning that it is a complex number. Because many times we confuse that which one is a complex number. So if it is all contains j, automatically that is a complex number. Okay, now you may be asked, Dinesh, can you give me more examples? That I'll give more examples now. Suppose numbers 1. Now here it is your choice now. 1 is a real number and plus second one is what? Imaginary number. Okay. Now tell me what is the real number. Whatever you want, you can tell me. Tell me fast, everyone.
9, sir.
Okay, 9 is a real number plus now imaginary
3.
number, tell me.
3.
Okay, 3. J will be there automatically. Now you can just write a type and you can write it numbers 1, close the bracket and enter. Automatically it is coming complex. What is a complex that? It is a complex number. So I mentioned that in the previously also. So integer nothing but the whole number and float number it is a decimal value and complex number what is combination of real number plus imaginary number and j definitely will be there, that is the meaning of what? Square root of minus 1. You can see now square root of minus 1. So this way we can identify this is a complex number. Okay, any doubt here everyone? Still not any doubt here?
No, sir. No, sir.
Now try to give me more examples if you want. We'll try it. Now as of now what we covered, we understand what is the integer number and what is a float number and what is a complex number and what is a string number. Okay. So what is the integer number, what is a float number and what is a complex number and what is a string number. Now tell me how you'll identify the for the complex number, tell me.
If there is J present and
Okay, j
J
present.
is the most
What is the
complex.
j meaning? That it is a square root of minus 1 in the Python. The complex number j definitely will be there. That will get to know that this is a complex number because many of the trainers will not tell you what is the complex number and how to get to know. They will tell this is a complex number. But easy to understand that because anyone can teach you that. But the information whatever we have and tell in a very easily so every student can understand. That is what my concept is it. Okay. Now let's go ahead now. Okay. Now this is a time we will start with the understanding now what is a string and indexing and slicing now. Okay. Let's go ahead now. Example, students is what? Students is nothing but the variable. And what is the value for me? Value for me Python classes. Now if at all Python classes and now I'll put Python only. Okay, is fine. Students and I put in Python. Now I'll put enter now automatically students is equal to Python. If at all you want to get the output Python, you can write a students and you'll get the Python. But you want only P. So I want a letter of only P. Then here actual game starts here. That is what? In the Python indexing and the slicing. If you see in this image, the positive indicates in the Python 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and minus 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. What is that? I'll tell you. In the Python, index number starts with 0. In a Python, index number starts with 0. Now you can tell me that how, can you give me more examples that? Definitely I can give that. Now 0 stands for what? 0, the 0 number, the 0 index number stands for P. Now 1 stands for Y. 2 stands for, tell me what is that? T. So this way it will continue all the things. This is clear now?
Yes.
Okay, I'll
Yes,
give an
sir.
example that. Example students, suppose if at all I need only, if I need only O, then what is the number we have to enter that?
-2.
Minus 2 also work or 4 also work. Example, if I go with the positive number, what is the P number now? P number is 0. Y number now? 1. T number now? 2. H number now? 3. And O number now? What is O number now? 4. Now you can see I am getting O.
0, 1, 2, 3, 3. 3, sir.
Okay. So 0,
3.
1, 2, 3. For 3 for H, 4 for O.
0, 1, 2, 3. 0, 1, 2, 3. 3, 4, 0.
Okay. Now
And 4,
suppose
4.
students, now this time I want T. What will come now?
2.
2.
Just
Correct.
type 2.
Okay. Now this time I want HON. I don't want PYT, I want HON. So I will find out HON.
Sir, type 3, 4, 5.
Okay, type 3, 4, 5. So the T with the stands for 2. So 2. Now here I am using that the 2 dots, then 2 continues. I want HTHON. Okay, correct, no? So you can just put it here, just put the square group. Now THON I'm getting now. Suppose I want ON only. Now you want ON only, you can write students. You're understanding that how I'm taking that? If you not understand that, I'll go with the again I'll explain that. So P for what? 0 number. And Y for what? 1 number. Then next T for what? 2 number. And H for what? 3 number. Then O for what? 4 number. And N for what? 5th number. And this way it will continue the index numbers. The same way in the Python, index number also go negative. Example, in the Python, what is minus 1 value now? Minus 1 value which is come with the reverse. Example python. So minus 1 is my n value. Suppose if I'm writing now students, then I'll write minus 1 and I'll enter, automatically I'll getting n. So the same way if I'm write students, then now this time I want minus uh, the oval, which is called O Python. So you can write minus 2 and you can see that we'll get a O. So in the Python, the index starts with positive also, negative also. That is what I'm going to explain there. In the positive indices, P0, Y1, T2, H3, O4, N5. The same way negative index will be N minus 1, which is reverse index. Now O minus 2, H minus 3, T minus 4, Y minus 5 and P minus 6. Okay. Suppose if I am going to ask you that I want last 3 letters continuously. So how you will print it? Or otherwise, I want the only th. I want only th. Tell me how you will start it. Suppose here if I am starting with a minus 2, because t is a minus 2, not 2 now, because t is a 2. I
Which is
want
5.
th. Now,
Which is 5.
yeah,
Which is 5.
what? Now, you can use 2 continuously. Now tell me what I want, t and h. So if I use 2 and 3, then it will come now. I'm only getting t. So what happened? I have to select 2 and 4 because we have to select the next number. Okay. So here the same thing I'll write 2, 4. Then I'll enter automatically. Now you're getting th. So the number is going to start with the t, that is 2. 0 for p and v for 1, t for 2. That is perfectly correct. From 2 onwards, 2 will become. And you want to come with the 3, then you have to mention that. But 4 value, if you mention that value should become the 4, it will not come. Correct, no? Because 4 is O, but here, but I want only th, so I have to select the next number. The same way, if I want students, I want only first 2 letters, py. Then what I have to write now? Tell me. My first letter, if it is 0, okay, then what to mention now? 2 or 3? Tell me now. If I want py, 3, because I have to select next number. If I am selecting 2, only p will come, not py. You can see now. I have to select 0, 2 because you are not counting for the 1. You directly count 1, 2, 3, I think. You can see now students, 0 is already counted that. Okay. So 0, 1. So next number is 2. If I want py, then you can see I got py. This is what indexing and slicing. You can see for the first position including 2 excluded. So first position for first 2 words I want py 0 to 2. The same thing I mentioned 0 to 2. Instead of word, there is a students are there. That's it. Now, this is what indexing and slicing. Now, anyone having difficulty that here, sir, here I not understand that. Could you repeat the same thing? I am ready to repeat that. But only
In
thing you are, yeah,
where TH shows, you wrote students 2 is to 4.
yes, correct only.
But 2 is assigned for Y and 4 is assigned for H.
One
So
second.
how did
Two is assigned for what? Y.
2 is assigned for Y, right?
How?
THY,
One
TH.
second again. Second. 1 second. How that? 1 second. Now I can see here the value is what?
Oh, sorry,
Python.
sir. I did mistake. I did mistake.
That is what I'm telling now. Because P number is 0. That is what I'm telling starting onwards. Here index number starts with 0, 0, 0, 0. Here Shukha Singh, see the positive start in this number is 0, 0, 0. 0 for P, 1 for Y, T for 2, H for 3, and O for 4, N for 5. That is what I'm trying to explain you that. This is clear now?
Clear, clear.
Now, if you clear, let's go for an example set, and I'm very excited for the examples. Okay. Now, in a student, suppose we're done with the students. Let's suppose we will go for the marks now. Okay. Now, this time I'm not going to use any string number. I'm going to use the numbers. Okay. Suppose the numbers, I will write random numbers out of 100. Suppose someone is getting 89, someone is getting 78, someone is getting the 60 marks, and someone is getting the 54 number, then 90, then 34, then 90, then 92, then 80, 43, 71, and 64, then 65, then 95, then 99, 85, okay, then 79, then 59, then last 40 number 48, then last will be 100. Okay. Clear now? Clear done now? Clear done now? And this is what called I'm going to creating a list. And this is the best example here. I'm creating a list. What is the meaning of the list? I'll tell you. A list contains the a large list contains more values. A variable, suppose here students, you can see here students is equal to Python. I only mentioned that, but only one particular value is I can mention for one variable. But if I want to allow for the more values, if I want to add more and more values, then you can go for the list. Okay, I'll tell you what is the list and all. Initially we'll go for this example now. Okay, ready now? Done this in?
Yes, sir.
Okay, then enter. Okay, now I'll ask you simple questions, then you have to tell me that. Ready for that? Now the question is
Yes,
that
sir.
I want this numbers only to showcase that. Now tell me what is the output. Who tell the faster, that will be the winner. Tell me fast. Tell me fast. This much time it will take, huh? Hmm? Either if you not understand the concept, or else, or it is my mistake, I'm not trained perfectly then. Yeah, tell me.
Sir, 11 to 17.
Who is telling that?
भव्य sir.
Yeah?
11 to 17 sir.
Name of your student?
Bhavya sir.
Bhavi. Okay. 11 to what?
17.
17.
No sir,
Okay.
no sir, 18 आएगा sir.
Okay. क्यों 18 आएगा
18,
बताओ
18.
मुझे, क्योंकि I have to select the next number to get that.
Yes sir.
Now I can see. Now, suppose 34 to continuously 100. Then what you do now? Very simple. I'll write marks. If I want from 34, now tell me 34 number 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. Suppose you want from 5 onwards, you want to continue. You are not mentioned that how many numbers you want, correct? No. So you want continue. Simple. You see, you got all the numbers. Now, suppose here write marks. I want only this 79 and 59 and 40. Not much more than that. So how I'll get the value? One, you can go through minus value. Example, so 79 minus 1 minus 2 minus 3 minus 4 and minus 5. So minus 5 to continuously 0. Okay, but 0 will not come, don't worry. 0 will not come that. Okay, now you can see what happened. This is not coming anything. Why? Any reason here? Suppose minus 1 to minus 5. You can try it here. So why I'm not getting the values now? Let's suppose, let's put only minus 1 actually. Okay, so I'm getting 100. In the same way, if I'm putting marks from minus 1 to continuous, let's say what will update that. So minus 1 is the last number, so that is the reason that it is not coming. Okay, the same way, if I'll write minus 5, instead of that minus 5, I'll put continuously. There I'll put the square bracket close. This time I am getting the number from 79, 59, 40, 48, 100. But this time I haven't used positive numbers. I have used negative numbers, because this is what negative indexing. Positive indexing always starts with the 0. What? Positive indexing always starts with the 0. At the same time, negative indexing starts with minus 1. Okay, this rules, you know that, then automatically you also find out the same way how I am finding that. Even you will go for the positive also, negative also, to finding the number. Suppose if I want 71, what will be my index number? Now tell me now, anyone. I want only 71 value. So what will be my index number? Tell me first. If it is 71
सर
value,
पॉजिटिव में 9 होगा.
पॉजिटिव में क्यों नहीं होगा? क्या रीजन है यार? ऐसा
पॉजिटिव में 9 होगा सर उस नंबर में.
पॉजिटिव में क्या होगा, 9 नंबर होगा क्या?
हाँ हाँ सर।
ठीक है, मैं देखता हूँ 71। अगर ये चीज़ मुझे नेगेटिव में करनी है तो क्या नंबर आएगा मुझे बताओ? इतना सोचो मत, टाइम ज़्यादा नहीं है मेरे पास।
4 सर, -4।
-4। -4 सोच के बता दो यार। 71 तो यहाँ है और -4 तो यहाँ है। -1, -2, -3, -4।
-11।
क्या?
-11।
-11। ठीक है, मैं देखता हूँ कुछ।
सर
अभी
-10 है। हाँ, -11।
यही तो बोल रहा हूँ मैं, तुमने -4 बोल दिया, मैंने बोला -4 कहाँ है, 71 कहाँ है? ये तो ज़मीन
सर
आसमान का।
79 देख लिया, 71 की जगह से।
अरे 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 अरे। लगता है मुझे इसको चेंज करना है। बहुत छोटा दिखता है ना एक्चुअली।
हाँ सर, मतलब बहुत छोटा दिखता है।
इस वो कैसा है ना, इसमें जूम में नहीं कर सकते ना हम। इसको मैं चेंज करूँगा, जुपिटर नोटबुक में चेंज करूँगा मैं। तो आपको इजी से समझ में आएगा। इसमें भी अच्छा है, ऐसा कुछ नहीं, इसमें भी ठीक ठाक है, बट नंबर्स देखता हूँ मैं। देखता हूँ, कोशिश करता हूँ इधर ही मैं बड़ा करने के लिए। 1 सेकेंड। यहाँ तक समझ में आया ना आपको? कोई ऑप्शन, कोई प्रॉब्लम्स यहाँ तक?
नो सर।
ठीक है, ठीक है। ओके देन, नाउ थोड़ा सा क्विज कंपटीशन रख देंगे, तो आपको भी मज़ा आएगा। ठीक है, रेडी है क्या? रेडी है क्या आप? थोड़ा सा क्विज, थोड़े से
यस
क्वेश्चंस
सर।
पूछे जाएंगे, बट डेफिनेटली विल बी हैप्पी दैट। ओके, नाउ, इज इट पाइथन केस सेंसिटिव व्हेन डीलिंग विथ आइडेंटिफायर? यस, नो, मशीन डिपेंडेंट? क्या आंसर होगा?
Yes.
Why
यस।
yes? Tell me. Any reason that? Because Python case sensitive. Yes, it is a case sensitive. Even one capital letter you mention small letter, it will not come. That is why Python is a case sensitive language. Specifically when dealing with identifiers 100%. What is the maximum possible length of an identifier? Tell me answer. What is the maximum possible length of an
ऑप्शन डी।
identifier? Yeah, option D. Perfect.
63 characters.
Okay. And which of the following is invalid? Now, which of the following is invalid? Tell me. So, इसमें A आएगा, B आएगा, C आएगा. Which one is invalid? And how you identified this is invalid? Now, this is that. Now, here the question. Which of the following is invalid?
All are valid.
All are good actually, because why? If you want, if we use underscore starting with the underscore, that is a consider, because that is not considered wrong. Suppose underscore a is equal to 1, that is considered. You can see now, suppose if I am putting underscore a, you can see -1. Same way, by putting the underscore a is equal to the value called 1, then this is also considered underscore a, then you can see 1 also coming now. Same way, underscore string underscore str, again underscore is equal to 1. This is also considered that, because none of this wrong. You are starting with the underscore also right, but if you are starting with the number, if you are starting with the special character, then that is a wrong. And in a front of you only I have done that, all the things you can check that. But what is the answer? That D, none of the mentioned that, because all are working. Correct, no?
Yes.
So if you're starting
यस
with
सर।
underscore a, that will work. But if starting with the number, if you're starting with the space, if you're starting with the special characters, that will not work. Okay, then that is a wrong actually. Okay. Now you tell me which of the following is invalid variable in this year. The first one or second one or third one or fourth one.
B, first thing.
B,
B
B.
or A
Option B.
or C or D.
B.
All are sure, right?
B.
So because your correct answer, because B is the correct answer, because any variable cannot start with the number.
Integers.
Correct. That is what I mentioned that when you were learning variables. If you remember that variable cannot start with a number when we are learning the rules. Correct now? Again, see a variable name cannot start with a number because we learned that time only that all the rules actually. Now, why are local variables name beginning with an underscore and discouraged? And which one is correct now? Okay, you can think about this answer and tell me. Okay, now coming to this question, all keywords in a Python are in lowercase, uppercase, capitalized. None of them mentioned that. So which one is the correct answer?
Capitalized.
Yeah,
D, sir. None of them mentioned.
correct D.
D.
Because it is your choice. No,
None of them mentioned.
it is our choice. I can mention capital, I can mention upper, I can mention lower, however I want. So D is the right answer. Now, which of the following true variable name in Python? Unlimited length, underscore and ampersand are two special characters are allowed it, and all private numbers must be leading and trailing underscore, or none of them mentioned. So, which is the correct answer now for the 7?
A, sir. Unlimited length.
Yeah?
A, sir.
Okay.
Unlimited length.
Unlimited length. Here, underscore is allowed, but ampersand is not allowed. Ampersand is considered as a special character, but underscore is fine. And all private member and our leading and trailing underscore. So underscore is fine. So unlimited length. And which of the following is invalid statement now? Tell me A or B or C or D.
B.
Why B? If it is B, then why?
Sir, because variable names cannot contain spaces.
B.
Because of space only. अगर आप देखेंगे यहाँ ए बी सी इज इक्वल टू ए है, ए ऑब्लिक बी ऑब्लिक सी है, या ए अंडरस्कोर बी अंडरस्कोर सब कुछ चलेगा लेकिन स्पेस नहीं चलेगा.
Space.
So space cannot be allowed. So if you are adding the space in the Python, it will not be allowed. The same thing I explained when we are learning that rules of the Python. If you remember that here identifier, okay, Python doesn't allow space with an identifier. The same thing I mentioned that. If you are mentioning the space, so it will not okay with that. Okay, I hope you understand the all the answers and everything. Okay, and which of the following cannot be a variable now? Tell me which one.
Sir, B. In.
Okay. What, do you remember that I told Python reserve keywords we cannot be mentioned as a variable. Now that time I told that maintain one notebook and note down all the reserve keywords. Now let's go ahead now. What are the reserve keywords are there? You can see now. You can take a screenshot. In that any name is there, that will be not allowed. Example, in is there, not is there. So if you saw the question, it is there or not, tell me. Check one more time. I'm going with that page now directly, okay? Now, in is there, on is there, it is there. So which one is the correct answer now? In is there, right?
In.
It is there. Hmm?
Is
Hello?
there?
On is there.
Is there? Is there, sir?
So what is the
On
correct
is
answer? That the first one, underscore underscore INIT, because underscore underscore int is considered as a integer, but init it will be considered. Even they started with underscore, that is not considered as a special character. So that is okay. If even if you starting with underscore, Python will accept that. So this is what we are covered now. In the next, the couple of things we will cover the same way. Now we will every chapter whatever we learn it, we will solve the practical questions and practical answers. And that will encourage you to do work more. That will encourage you to try to solve more examples. Okay. Now how was the session now? It's good, right?
Yes, sir.
The same way, every day you have to join regularly, and whenever I feel that, suppose what happened in my areas specifically, the traffic is very high, so that is the reason that somewhere I have to stuck with the traffic, then I'll not be able to come. So that is the reason that I'll inform in the group. Don't worry about that. But every day 1 hour, if you feel, now think about that, in 1 hour we learn this much of things, but if you don't have anything, that 1 hour you simply wasted, no? How many times has happened the same way? Hello? So use the proper time whatever we have, and definitely if you crack the exam, I'm trying to provide each one the certificates, and the certificates you can showcase in the LinkedIn portal, in your resumes and everywhere. And trust me, all the recordings will be available in the YouTube. You can go and check out the all the videos actually. And I'll try to recommend your friends, your colleagues, or your brothers and sisters are there. Then definitely they can join the classes and learn unlimited without any costing. So I'm not putting any charge. So however you want to learn it, you can learn it. There's a best ever opportunity for every student. Not only the Python I'm stopping, I will teach multiple technologies. But only one thing I'm expecting, not money. I'm expecting the consistency to join it and consistently come. That is what the basic ever expectation from my side. And thank you so much for the everyone for the today's class. Same way, please give me the encouragement for every day. Come regularly and join the class. Okay? And I'll stop the class now. And
Thank you, sir.
recording link will be shared soon in the group, so you can watch the recording of today's class in the YouTube. Okay? Thank you so
Okay.
much everyone.
Thank you, sir.
Bye.